who knew we're going to go into maybe tomorrow morning, maybe even longer? Look, we feel good about where we are. We really do.
This is a fraud on the American public. This is an embarrassment to our country. We were getting ready to win this election. Frankly, we did win this election.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
What's happening, Habibis?
Habibi, it's been so long. It's like I haven't seen you.
Been so long.
How are the Habibis doing?
I'm Siraj Hashmi.
I'm Mujahed Kobbe.
And look, we are both tired. We're hungover, and we're still
Very
drinking.
hungover. Hell yeah.
Let's go.
You can't jihad sober. Fuck it. It's our turn to go jihad every fucking day. Let's do this.
Yeah, so, Netherlands, because we're not going to go for too long. We might return back to form where we do only 69 minutes.
If I don't know, are we going to reach there? I hope we do.
I hope so. I mean, we'll definitely be making more Habibi comments than we have in the past.
Right.
Let's look at what currently unfolding now, and I'm going to share my screen with y'all. Give me 1 second.
Let's do it. I think I know where you're going.
This is where it currently stands, and I'm just remove this banner. This is the map. This is what is. You got Arizona and Nevada currently separating Biden from the presidency at the moment. Georgia is almost entirely done counting. North Carolina doesn't look like they're going to announce. I think either today, maybe even.
Well, I think Georgia also, they said that they're not going to announce. There was another one. I forget which county, but they said not until 3 a.m. Eastern. Are they going to finish it?
It's weird. So we predictions week, and you were way off.
Oh yeah, no, I was way off. Like we both knew that my prediction was going to be fucking way out of there.
Essentially,
100%. God damn it.
I mean, what's it called?
But it was a lot closer. It was a lot closer to a lot of these blue wave maps that we were looking at.
Yeah. I have too many apps. I'm going to close a few.
Yes.
I think that's what's causing
just
a lot.
Keep the porn one open for later.
Open? Okay.
Yes.
All right. Let me know, Habibis, if it's starting to run a little bit better. But, yeah, Billy, where at? Hold up. That wasn't it. There we go. Siraj and I were so close. We're still very close. I don't know if they've called it all, but S. Finley is earn hungover. Stayed up with me until 4 o'clock in the morning, so he is definitely feeling it right now. Yeah.
I bet he is.
Brandon Burton says, look at Jerry Dunleavy's Twitter. There's still a path to the mythical time.
To the mythical time. I don't think that's gonna happen.
Let's go find it.
That would be hilarious if it did. That would be. But yeah, I think
of course is my.
I think when it comes to our bet, I think you're the one who's gonna win this, and I'm going to be the one with a porn stash for a week over in the office. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Inshallah. I mean, but one thing to come out of this is how fucking wrong were the pollsters?
Well,
the experts and
like I almost expected that, to be honest with you,
that they were going to be this wrong.
Mm-hmm. Just knew it.
I think we all did, but it didn't stop them from making these wild ass fucking predictions.
Like 17 points in in Wisconsin. You kidding me? A 17-point lead for Joe Biden. I'm sorry, yeah, for Biden over Trump. That's crazy. I think that was on Siena poll. New York Times Siena.
That was crazy. And not only them, but also some of the other Senate polls as well were so wrong. Like Collins is the first one to come to mind. Like how wrong did they call that one? That was insane.
I'm gonna go find a poll of
like you can also see the most recent one of them was like had her up by 7 points. Kolob had her up by like 12.
Gideon over
Collins.
Yeah, over Susan Collins. Let's see here.
And then she won by 11 points. Like it's so hilarious.
It is wild.
Yeah, it really is.
I mean, I had no doubt that there was a slight concern she wasn't going to win, but in the end, I think when it's how Democrats run in a state like Maine, where you don't get the same type of enthusiasm. I mean, like Maine is like one of the states in the union. Like it's liberal, but like not liberal.
Right.
So, I mean, look,
you're still cutting out a little bit here and there.
I'm still cutting out. God damn it! Hold on 1 second. 1 second.
Yeah, and then also this early call in Arizona is looking more and more like the wrong early call. I mean, he might still lose a little bit. It's going to be fucking close though, but that's interesting. The whole night's been pretty interesting, but it's funny. When Trump was winning, it's okay to state that it's Russia collusion and Russia was part of it and all this kind of stuff. And everybody is like, oh, you're not crazy to think that. But now if you start saying like, where did these things come from? When you want to question something now, you're a QAnon fucking idiot or a conspiracy theorist. It's the way the narratives change is just so fucking pathetic and it's predictable.
How do I sound now? Am I still coming out?
No, you sound kind of sexy.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
John Doe says Siraj's internet now at 69 kilobytes per second.
Very nice.
Very nice. Actually, I don't know if this happened to everyone, but follower on Twitter as of all the 6920 jokes. What was really funny is I had sketch one, and so they were just going out, and people were like, "How are you doing this?"
It's the power of 69, baby.
Danielle asks, "Why do we need?" Seriously, I understand Payne's having internal polls, but we really have no need for public ones. True. Anthony Rivera says, still skipping for me. Do I have to like reset my computer?
You might have to. I don't know why it's still going to be skipping.
All right, let me go ahead and reset, and I'll hop back on. Give me a sec.
All right, I'm going to go on another like rant and stuff like that.
Oh,
I'll read some of these.
I'll be right back.
Some of these. All right. Let's read some of your comments, Habibis. The media were hard to watch last night. They were afraid to call races as they were so far off from their predictions. True. A lot of people were afraid to do it. And I like watching people like Nate Silva and other prominent figures in the media try to defend how wrong the polling was and how wrong pollsters were. And honestly, there's no need for public polling. I think the only reason why they do it is because they know it gives either side the ability to use them to gain donations and funds over. I mean, just look at what they did with McConnell, Graham, and Collins. It's like what $400 million or like $300 million completely thrown down the drain. And they were showcasing these polls that McConnell was down, or Graham was, was close with Graham, and Collins was so far down and all that kind of shit. And come to see, every one of them won by decisive margins, like fucking decisive margins beyond belief. But they still got that $400 million to funnel through down to their, boyfriend, girlfriends, PR firms, and all that kind of bullshit. It's all rigged, and it's all fucking just to take donations from people and funnel that money to their own pockets. It's disgusting. Yes, I'm with you on that, Bean Dude, as well. The last votes in Arizona, it's going to be close, and I think it's going to go to Biden. But to be honest, that's Trump's own fault. Losing Arizona. Well, keep talking. Let me hear that voice.
Keep going. Let me shit. How am I sounding?
Great. You know what? Put on Tangerine. No, put Tangerine by fuck, I forget their names right now. It's like going on in my head. And then Strip. So let's see if it skips.
Oh, sure. Let's go.
Glass Animals, that's their name. Yes, Tangerine by Glass Animals and Strip.
Okay. Right now?
Yeah, right now. We need to see. This is for science.
Province. Oh, right. I think it's $100 million. So it was actually they spent $100 million to lose in states, Carolina and Kentucky, where they lost McConnell, Graham. So
and Collins.
Damon Towell.
They even wasted it to go after Collins.
Give us some ASMR to test it, Siraj.
Yes. Speak in Arabic when you do that. Ana benik ummak ya hayawan ya
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen.
Kiss umkun.
Still sing, but it's good enough to hear you pretty consistently. Shit. Well, what am I gonna do? I don't know if this is I have literally only Google Chrome open with just the stream tab. I have nothing else.
Well, I don't think it's that. I think you need to get Ethernet connected directly to your laptop.
Yeah, you're probably
That's
right.
what it is. I'm not probably right. I am right. I'm as right as it is to have my tongue in Bruce's mom's ass. That's how right I am.
Dude, Bruce was lit last night, man.
He got so fucking wasted. It was hilarious. Like he was completely slurring his words. He was calling you an asshole over and over again, and you weren't even talking. You weren't even saying shit. He's like, "No, shut up, you asshole. No, let me finish."
Wow.
Oh man, it was so good. At the end of it last night,
like it was really funny to me to see him that sloshed trying to talk politics because he was all about Trump winning. And here we are, almost 24 hours later, and it's looking pretty dire for Trump.
Right.
Of course, there still is a way for him to eke it out, but
you never know.
You never know.
They're definitely gonna contest it. They're going to do recounts in Michigan and Wisconsin.
I don't know.
And
probably by the time all the vote is in, they're probably going to do something again in AZ. Anyways, let's pull up here.
Oh, for sure they're going to do something in AZ. I mean, AZ was,
in spite of everybody on this, everyone in the audience hating CNN. I actually thought their map was a pretty good setup, just like from a user interface. So just bear with me for a second, Habibis. And we can look at let's look at Pennsylvania. So last night when Trump went on the air and gave his speech at like 2:00 in the morning. He said, and I shit you not, he was up 690,000.
690,000.
I'm waiting for you to find it.
It's very nice.
There you go. And now if you look at it, at least according to with 88% of the counted in, he's up by about 93,000 or 97,000. I'm trying to read.
Yeah, it's like 90. It's almost like 90. I want to say 96,000.
Let me work the math.
It's 96,069.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, you know what thing? We'll say this. If you look at the total vote margin in the top corner or in the top of the screen,
mm-hmm.
So 100. Yeah, 187. He's up by. Sorry, I almost like that. By 187,000. If you look at the 71 million and 7 million, you add those two up, an average amount. Guess what votes each candidate.
Tell us.
Huh?
I want to hear you say it.
You want to hear me say it?
Mm-hmm.
69 million votes between the two.
Fucking nice.
The average.
Fucking nice.
By the way, I probably have 69 joke for the, near to long term
69,
future.
69 jokes will never get old. No matter who says what, 69 jokes.
I know.
69 jokes will never ever get old.
Yeah, it's true. It is true.
But now we're going to
how
see
last night compared to tonight in terms of quality, because what's interesting is that we did StreamYard on Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
Which is what we're using StreamYard to YouTube. But I always find it that I have for some reason more, like the what's it called? Quality. Like I'm lagging here. I don't think I was lagging on Twitch.
I don't think you were lagging on Twitch, but I think you were having an issue with your mic. Something with the wires.
That was and that's because I had it over on the other side of the desk, and I moved it here.
Right. And then everything got a lot better. I mean, even when I was streaming on Twitch, capturing the StreamYard stream, like it was working fine too.
Yeah. Okay. Well, in any event,
we were drunk.
So, apparently, the way that things are shaking out in Pennsylvania, it's not looking good for Trump. Interestingly enough, and this was what happened in 2016 versus 2012. Erie County went for Trump in 2016. He keeps it in 2020. Bell County, it's predict every single election since 1936. Luzerne County has predicted the winner, Pennsylvania. Okay, so that is an 84-62 84-62,000 split right there. So 22,000 votes.
Yep,
looks like he's got that in the bag. Is at 95% is in there. Lackawanna County, where Biden's from. He's got a 10,000 vote lead in there. Estimated 99% of the vote is in. Northampton, Luzerne went Trump 16. Looks like it'll stay Trump in 20. Lackawanna, it was like plus 26,000 for Obama in 2012, plus 3,500 for Clinton in 2016. It looks like it'll be plus 10,000 or plus give or take in 20. Northampton County, This was a county that swung to Trump, and looks like he'll narrowly lose it by like 700 votes. Kind of crazy,
right?
But still,
no, it really is. I mean, but
this is 90% of the vote in,
and the turnout was insane too. And this also destroys the narrative on the right that they always like to say that early voting, mail-in ballots, and also turnout is going to be worse for Republicans than it is for Democrats. And that's not true.
I mean, the thing is about early voting. I think that narrative seems to be destroyed. I don't know if I fully bought into it. I was hesitated at it overwhelmingly supported that simply seemed to be more enthusiasm with Democrats voting early, just because single fucking ad you saw from celebrities, like, you got to go vote, and you got to go vote for the candidate that we want.
Exactly.
So,
and I think that's where the idea comes from, because they really are good at doing that, getting these celebrities to go up and shill for them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna. I think honestly, look, Trump is his worst enemy. I think what he did last night in the East Room of the White House, reckless. But Rob brings up a good point. I have no idea how good the GOP did because they're focused on Trump. The GOP overperformed in a presidential election when the I think how much was raised in this race? Like it was some absurd amount.
It was absurd on both sides, but I mean, Biden raised a shit ton of money.
Well, that's fine. Presidential fundraising tracker. Between the two candidates, $3 billion.
$3 billion. Wow.
October 22nd.
That is amazing.
Over $3
billion.
That is
amazing.
1.51 billion for Joe Biden, 1.57 billion for Trump. That's insane.
That is crazy. But also, it goes to show that people, like, Twitter is sincerely and really not real life, like, at all. If it was real life, then we would see this blowout blue wave that they were all trying to tout and say that's coming and all this kind of shit. But I think the Trumpian type of politics that you see that they're going into, and I don't think it's so much the Trumpian politics that got a lot of the minority votes to go into it, but a lot of them being disgusted by the identity politics that the Democrats were trying to push and shove down people's throats. And even now Latinos are the new white supremacists, and it's fucking insane. It's so funny.
No,
first
it's Latinx. Get it right. He says, "Have you guys seen some of Biden's recent tweets? He's already making promises like he's won." Yeah, and
Twitter's like not
website already set up. It's kind of weird. Not gonna lie.
Right. But if Trump does it, then it's a fucking what's it called? A threat against democracy, and it's so bad, and it's it's so amazing to watch in real time. Journalists and pundits slowly put Biden's balls and dick into their mouth.
Rob Providence, Rob Beebe says Bloomberg spent $1 billion. I thought he spent only $600 million, but maybe there's money that's outstanding that I'm not I'm not keeping track. The thing is, spent like $500 million on his own race, and then he poured $100 million into Florida, where Trump beat Biden by 4 points. And I don't know. I that we talked about last night, because I make sure that we hit on this correctly, because there's been a lot of interesting discussion about how Latino voters should be viewed, because I think, Jay, you and I both know that Latinos have a bunch of different. I mean, like each group, whether they're Cubans, whether they're Mexicans, whether they're Dominican, whether they're any pick your Central American. They all
have really nice asses. Like phenomenal asses, like really. That's where you were going.
Yeah, that's exactly where I was going. Well, that was
turn a white supremacist for that ass any day, baby.
Politics. So we, whether they're Puerto Rican, whether they're Cuban, whether they're Mexican, Salvadorian, they all got the different priorities that they focus on. And it's interesting how they've all belonged together, both sides. So, like, for example, others in Florida, a lot of them have been lumped together by the left as being like white, just straight up. Not reading that, there's a consistency of Cuban voters who believe that they would say they're Hispanic, and then they would also say that they're probably white. And so I think we've gotten into this sort of rut where we're too divided by like what we put on a form, because when you filling out a form like an application, you usually check either Hispanic or non-Hispanic, and then you go to the next one. It's like Caucasian, Black, African American, Asian. I know your favorite. And then you got other, which what?
No, yeah, Asians are my favorite. You know me really well.
And I feel like everybody just ignores that. Like, you got those two separate boxes, right? The two completely different sections. And like, you've seen the people like Nicole Jamel Hill try to say that Latinos as a whole are propagating white supremacy, and then like the immediate like pushback to that from the right is that how could Trump be anti-Latino? He got a chunk of the Latino vote in Florida. And I feel people have just been oversimplifying it, and they just don't understand the nuances that the Hispanic and Latino community is very complex and nuanced, and they have a lot of different politics. And
you mean they're human? They're people like everyone else.
People, they're human. They have different wants and needs and desires. Some like eating ass. Some
don't. Some like sucking dick. Like, it's all different. I know. It's insane, isn't it? Like a Latino in Florida is different from a Latino in California? Nah, man. Nah, come on.
Yeah.
That's fucking hilarious. No. I thought all Mexican Salvadorians loved each other.
Yeah. No, and and as you're saying, I mean, a lot of groups hate each other, but as the Twitter discourse was just like so bad, because you can't have a nuanced conversation about it at all. And that was kind of one thing really irked me. And upon seeing tweets like this, I was trying to find reason to list that. But I feel like it's probably better to just talk about it, because I don't know if generalizing any group is helpful, obviously, but I feel like it just sets everyone back. In terms of like, and when we were talking, I think with Ryan Gerdusky last night on the stream about Texas in particular,
who was also really drunk.
It was also very. Actually, was there? I think Jason was sober. I think Neon was sober.
Michael was sober.
Michael was sober. All right, so I think I had two guests who were just completely hammered, and Bruce.
Tad, the minor, was sober.
He was sober. But what I was gonna say was that he was bringing up the point about how like a lot of Indian Americans in Texas, for example, where there are a lot of them, they tend to skew to the right in their politics, and I think a lot of it do with relationship with Modi and India, Narendra Modi, Indian Prime Minister. And the fact that, like, when it comes to the economy, Trump was fucking killing on that until COVID. And now, and that was like his blue chip that just went away. And now when you take that away, what's left? His personality. And if he's saying some wild shit, that is, he's shooting himself at almost all the time. And I certainly thought he shot himself in the foot last night when he was winning victory.
Oh, for sure he did. And I think he went a little bit too quick on it. And I still think he totally fucked up with Arizona. Like, Arizona would have been an easy shoe-in for him, but it's just who he is. He can't help himself. That's who Trump is.
I don't know why he can't just shut the fuck up and not talk shit about McCain.
He can't help himself. And it goes back years. It goes back fucking years when he was trying to lobby for something, and McCain didn't agree with it or go with it.
He was like one of the main votes that rejected the Senate healthcare reform bill back in 2017 or this.
Right.
Yeah. So
right. But it was also a lot further back than that. What I'm thinking about, there was a interview he had with, I forget with which pundit, but this is a while ago, and it had to do with something about real estate or something like that, and McCain voted against it. So it's a twofer. He did that ages ago, and then he did it again with the healthcare thing, and it's just something Trump couldn't get over.
Yeah. Anyways,
but it was so fucking close. Like, I'm thinking about
Arizona. He can still get really close. Trick count. We'll see what happens. But
yeah, once it finally ends. But like, what I'm saying is, like, his politics isn't going to go away. People are going to push back. Republicans are going to fight harder when it comes to the media, when it comes to certain narratives being pushed out there and stuff like that. They're not going to fall back like McCain did. They're not going to fall back like Romney did when it was important, when it came to actually fighting back. And I think 2024 is going to be an interesting group of Republicans that's going to go. A Republican ticket is going to be really interesting.
So
I want a Tim Scott Howley ticket for 2024.
Such an idiot.
I am a fucking idiot, but that would be so good. Like, right there, Tim Scott for president, Howley VP. Holy shit!
I don't want any ticket that doesn't.
Tim Scott. See, it would be the opposite that we have now. Tim Scott would be the.
No, Tim Scott's a guy. I guess I don't know if I fuck with Josh Hawley. That's all.
No, Josh Hawley. He's the attack dog for it. See, it should have been the opposite. You should have had a Mike Pence as president, and then Trump as VP as like the attack dog and stuff. He's the one always on TV and shit. And then you have this.
Usually, that's sort of the attack dog. It's just complete inverse for Trump. It's really funny.
Right.
Look at Obama, Biden. He had Biden, who was like the sort of, you wouldn't even call him an attack dog. But he was sort of the, how you say, the irreverent uncle. I mean, that's why I'm Uncle Joe, I'm sure. But the irreverent uncle who talks shit. That seemed more like. Anyways, I bring up Arizona on the map. I think there was a update. Oh, that was an update at 9:02 p.m. East. So I think it's changed, but that's looking. Arizona, Biden has an 79,000 vote lead. And there's still I think 400,000 votes still out there.
Right. This hasn't been updated since then, huh?
Since 9 p.m. East.
9 p.m. East. So it hasn't been updated for at least 30 minutes.
No, an hour and a
half. Oh, I forget about the fucking time.
There has been an update. It looks like at 10:08 in Georgia, and it went from 40. I think it was a 0.8 lead for Trump, and now it's a 0.7 Trump, and that's 5% in. Look, I predict or go Trump. I think you did as well.
Yes.
I still think that, and I think it'll take I don't know all the votes are there. I think DeKalb County 90% in, County 94% in. I don't know if
Georgia's not going to be done until 3 a.m.
It's a 34,000 vote lead right now in Georgia for Trump.
What was his lead in Florida?
Florida, let's go to it right now. Florida, he won by just under 100,000. So maybe, what is that?
Just under 400,000, right?
That's about 383,000 votes.
300 something. 300, or I can't either. I'm too hammered right now, and also it's really small. I can barely see it.
Oh, you want me to zoom in?
Zoom into that dick. I mean, what?
You see that?
Yes, I can see that. So yeah, it's about 320,000 votes.
195 votes.
195 difference?
Again, 5, 6, 4, 6. I'm a boomer when it comes to using calculator. $377,000. I was like 6,000 right there. I'll take it. Whatever. So,
Florida is always an interesting one, but he got that one pretty decisively, which is so weird that I don't know. I think what's going on, what could have happened is a lot of people who voted for Trump last time voted against him or voted third party but still voted down ticket.
So 26 reporting Trump wins in Texas. It's about by 6 points and over 600,000 votes. Now remember, in 2018, in the Senate race between Ted Cruz and Beto O'Rourke, Beto lost by just under 200,000 votes. So that Republican lead went up, and I think Hillary lost by somewhere around maybe 400,000 votes.
She lost by around the same margin. But the thing is, look, Texas is still a little bit more populous than Arizona and Nevada, so it's going to take a lot more people moving from California into Texas to switch the state. I mean, it's going to start happening here in a little bit because every fucking person is leaving California because California is raping their fucking asses and then going after their fucking wives and raping their asses and then going after their kids and raping their asses over taxes. So a lot of people are leaving California, a lot, and they're moving to Texas, and they're still voting Democrat. I don't understand it. Do they like getting raped? Is that the idea? I don't understand it.
Who's raping who?
I'm saying California is raping us right now with taxes. Like it's really raping us with taxes. Right. So you see a lot of people moving from California to Texas.
Yeah.
And it could happen.
Yeah.
But it's just so weird to me.
CNN and Fox and MSNBC or NBC News have projected that Biden, Michigan, if you look at that lead, right there, 99% was in. They've been why is it going? They've already been trying to. I think they've already set up a legal challenge there. In Michigan.
In Michigan, and then they want recounts in Wisconsin, And then Georgia, they threw some shit up on Georgia.
But beyond that, you got Wisconsin that flipped.
That flipped
Milwaukee
too.
with 99% of the vote. Look at that. Do you see it? Look at that.
69.1. Fucking nice.
Nice.
What was 2016 numbers in Milwaukee?
2016. Let's go find out. All right, can you see that? Milwaukee, 288,000 for Clinton, 120,000 for Trump. Let's compare that to. So you got that? You got that in mind?
Mm-hmm. I do.
All right, let's go over back here. Milwaukee, 317,000 for Biden, 134,000 for Trump.
That's almost that's 30,000 more votes into the Biden camp.
317. It's
30,000. It's about 30,000 more votes. Don't worry. We now know why. We now know why you didn't become a doctor, Siraj.
Oh God. Is that you, Dad? Is that you? Man. Ooh. I don't like these nuts. Wait, this sounds like her before. I don't know. I don't even know what the comment is about. Someone with the name President-elect these nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Joe says black turnout higher in Milwaukee. I don't doubt. Milwaukee turnout overall was very high. And don't you love it how CNN highlighted Kenosha?
Yeah, it's so funny.
And it went for by 2,000 votes, or a little under 2,000 votes.
It's a little under 2,000 votes, and it went for Trump.
That's pretty funny. Pretty down.
Wisconsin, 20,000 votes.
Or in the city that Biden would get elected, they say. Yeah, actually.
Well, I mean, Denver right now, they're still burning shit down in Denver. There's riots going on to Denver.
Denver, Colorado. I don't put anything past Colorado. Colorado's, it's a wild state. What's currently going on? Let's go over to Twitter, see what's happening on there.
I think they're rioting over the justified shooting of that
QAnon crazies.
Oh God!
By the way,
see that.
Without Trump, does QAnon go away?
No, I think they're gonna be embodied a little bit more. They're fucking dumb as shit. They're gonna.
Are they gonna
really get into the deep state and stuff? They're gonna find numbers and conspiracy theories that aren't there, and it's really, really gonna push it. But it's gonna be funny because once Trump is gone, and what is there going to be for fucking like Rachel Maddow and Joy Reid and these people? The insane thing is, while Obama was president, their numbers and their shows and all that kind of stuff was going down to the toilet because all they were doing.
You do exactly what Tucker and Hannity did. You find a way to always be outraged.
Yes, that's exactly that was going to be my point, because it does. And the funny thing is, the reason why Hannity and everybody was doing well these years is because they were just being outraged even more than what the fuck Maddow and Reid were being outraged over.
It's actually insane how much Sean Hannity has been outraged over the last 4 years. And like he has, like, he goes on these rants that are like they're so filled with weird jargon, like the alt left media, and he's just saying, like, the crooked Clinton alt left media, like just constantly riffing off more and more terms. You sort of lose the whole what the fuck he was talking about in the first place.
You do.
And it's like Rachel Maddow, Joy Reid, Chris Hayes, Lawrence O'Donnell, Chris Cuomo, Don Lemon. They're all going to have to find something to be outraged by.
Oh, especially Don Lemon. And especially Don Lemon. I mean, after the Cuomo, way he was.
Chris Cuomo.
Yep.
Definitely has no, like, I feel like, look, there are some people who sort of play everything like a game. And when it comes to, I feel like some people at least take certain things seriously. I feel like Cuomo doesn't take anything seriously.
Right.
But that's just me. Anyways, Anon, thanks for chiming in to prevented Alex Jones from Sean Rogan's election night live stream. Really? So, Siraj and Jay, be careful. Looks unnoticed. Thank you, Anon. They're coming for the the Hispanics and social justice warriors are coming after the whites. The heads up, Habibi. What was I looking for on Twitter? What's the latest and great in there? They haven't dropped any more ballot dumps, have they?
No, it's still nothing. Everybody's just speculating different kind of stuff. The normal people going fucking insane and crazy, and then the other people going fucking insane and crazy.
Excellent. I love it.
Oh. And the thing is, like, I'm so sick. You have these reporters in the Washington Post and in the New York Times, like Nicole Hannah-Jones and the Karen in Washington Post and stuff like that, always having to say that white supremacy has to do something with this stuff. Like this election, the exit polls are showing that it's the white patriarchy is still alive and strong, and all this kind of like fucking garbage. But it's amazing to me that you can get paid doing shit like that. And it's the same thing with like the Hannitys and all that kind of stuff as well. But I just find it to be such a cancer and such a poison to society. And the fact that that you are considered, to me, it's fascinating because they were so smart to play it this way, because if you go against them, then you're the racist bigot. Even though that they're spewing this racist bigot narrative that, you know, Latinos don't know shit and they're being controlled by white people.
What racist bigot narrative?
No, Nicole Hannah-Jones and like the other race reporter Karen, they would spew shit like
Karen
Latinos.
Apia?
Yes, they will spew shit like Latinos are white supremacists and they're controlled by white people and they dream about being white and all this kind of shit. It's sick racist narratives like that. And if you call them out against it, you're the racist. And it's fascinating to me that they're able to get away with shit like that. Like, it's just so fucking disgusting.
Well, you know, you have to think of, you know, this is the thing about like woke and, you know, the social justice warriors is that, you know, there is a hierarchy in terms of what you're allowed to say, you're not allowed. And you know, the more boxes you check off, considering how like more oppressed, historically speaking, your people are, you get basically, I guess, platform where you had more protection, a bigger umbrella or should protect you from basically criticism of, say, being a bigot or being a racist. There is some truth to that for sure. I will say though that I think there are ways for us who say aren't of that particular group to be able to find critiques or criticisms in people's arguments and undermine them, making ourselves look racist. Because I think in the age of Twitter, I think if people have done it a little bit more effectively, surprisingly, by pointing out the flaws in a lot of people's arguments without looking like racist, at least in my view. Because you know, like going into the gutter to call out somebody's dumb point, this really idiot point, then just leave it at that. Like, that has been way more effective than saying, like, calling someone a bitch, or, saying, anything about that person's race or religion. Like, that has been very effective, I think, because cancel culture is real, and want to criticize people or criticize other points of view. You do it in a way that gives, you make it the cleanest dunk you possibly can, going to say the personal aspects of that. So, for example, I'll tell you the time I messed up a few weeks ago with the what's her name, that the Delaware Republican Senator Lauren Witzke, who was talking. It was right in the day or two after the French teacher was beheaded by that Islamic extremist for showing pictures of the Prophet Muhammad. And I mean, she must have gotten to me, because I decided to try to go for the kill and enlisting her. And then she responded to me. And I ended up, making a quip about her being a drug addict. And I realized that isn't a clean dunk, because in this age, in 20, when you go after one for something like addiction, it plagues millions of people in the world. I deleted it. I acknowledge that I fucked up, but I posted a screenshot for posterity, and then, but the one thing that I did leave out, that she did run drugs for the Mexican cartel, which is something that not everyone with drug addiction does. So fully lost her Senate race, and she'll probably go on and create her own pastor stream where she built up a following, and I think she's a QAnon supporter, and there are times I slip up, and I don't always go. I sometimes go a bit too ham, and that's just kind of where it stands. But anyways, interestingly enough, I think Nate Beebe plugged me on this. Let me pull it up. This is the Michigan elections, the Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson's website, where it shows Trump has a 200,000 vote lead. And then he was like, yeah, they haven't updated their website. What is that? 20,000 vote lead in Michigan. So
it's about a 20,000. That's why Michigan's going to be recounted. Definitely. I mean, 20,000 votes is definitely recount worthy. It's not a bad thing to do, and it's not something that anyone would have done that. Anyone would have called for a recount. Anyone, and not just Trump. But the narrative is going to go different, as it always does. But we're going to see it in real time. Yeah. The journalists in New York Times and CNN and stuff, they're going to get out those good old knee pads and start getting on their knees and sucking Biden dick every time they go to the press conference.
It's time. We're gonna Vince, and I'm gonna go get earned. So we'll just have the night at like 69 minutes. Spend a little time just taking questions and
playing around with them.
I think
I'm gonna look good with a porn stash, because what I'm gonna do, fuck you. All right, let's see what's going on. White Cubans are putting down black Puerto Ricans. Is the whole thing about critical race theory is fucking hilarious, and it's going to need a lot more pushback when Biden gets into office, because he's going to want to start implementing those a little bit more, so he can look good to the far left fucks of the party. Shockingly reasonable. Oh yeah, right. So we had Prop 16 on the ballot here in California, and that was basically one of them that was really, really weird, and honestly a good result. But the Prop 16 was basically, if you guys don't know, was stating that employers can start hiring people based on their race. So it's basically everything the civil rights movement tried to wash away. They wanted to implement back into it, and they lost. And they lost by more than 10 points on that prop. And it's very, very reassuring, because it showcases that this left narrative of critical race theory is still not resonating, thankfully, to the majority of people. When you go in and you flat out tell them what this is and what they're looking to do with critical race theory, they will think that you're a fucking nut job. That's why Latinos are sick and tired of people trying to say Latinx to them. They're like, go fuck yourself. And you're seeing it more and more with these elections, what's going on. And that's what that gave me hope. I was really happy about that one, for sure.
Habibis, I introduce you to President-elect the Urn.
The Urn.
Congratulations, buddy.
So when am I supposed to be doing this this shaving? Should it be after Friday?
Called, we'll do a stream that night.
All right, that sounds fair. And I'll get doing it.
Yeah, because I think at this point we know where are we. Are we going by whether Trump wins or whether Biden wins, or are we going by electoral college vote?
No, the electoral college vote, because the thing is, even if Trump sneaks in it and takes it and stuff, it's going to be by such a small margin that I think you're going to be closer than I am on my complete batshit one. So it depends on who's closer. It doesn't matter if he wins. So we'll find out, because I had him at 310. I had him at like 310.
No way he's getting 310.
No way. It's because I flipped. It's because I did the same map as 2016, but I flipped New Mexico. The reason why is because it's New Mexico. It's the new Latinos. I'm just playing.
The new Latino. Okay, so let's take some. I see C Gunner says, Siraj, help me with my calculus homework. That doesn't sound a thing.
Why do you want to fail your calculus homework?
Gooey, I don't know. Probably because I'm so great at math in medical school.
Yes.
Really Finn, I think Jay wanted the porn sesh. Also, Habibis, if you liked the stream last night, drop us a note. Drop us some coin. We're like Witcher here. Tip us, tip your kids, tip your daddies. We put 5-hour fuck marathon for you guys. So obviously we greatly appreciate it. We try to give you guys as much context and analysis and entertainment as possible. So anything you get in is helpful.
And when we're doing the next stream that we're going to do as well, we'll if we do it on Twitch, I'll be sure to be playing some games as well. As we have
I think
people
what we're going to do, I think we can actually, because I've applied for Twitch partner, because last actually made a Twitch partner. Oh my gosh, says I have a lot of tips for you. Oh God.
Oh yeah.
People are like, I've already donated my money. Project, sorry.
Oh shit.
Robert says the boys need to refill the liquor cabinet after last night's rager. I'm sure Bruce does. Oh my god.
He got fucking trash.
Hammered. Let's see. Janok says, well, we did in New Mexico. Actually, you know, that's the weird thing is that, thank you, Habibi. You guys are doing a great job. Look forward to you covering the Biden-Trump rematch in 2024. You know that just happens if Biden wins. But
I don't think
it's going to be Kamala Trump.
I honestly don't think, of course, because after 4 months, look, I'm going to make a prediction right here, right now, that in 4 months, Biden's going to die and then we're going to have President Harris. That's what's going to happen.
Anthony, thank you for joining us. I got ahead. Just want you to know I'm glad I found you guys in time for this craziness. Take care, Habibis. Thank you for the donation.
Thank you, Anthony.
Habibi, you think that both parties will learn the wrong lessons from the election?
Fuck yes. No.
That is a goddamn guarantee.
They aren't going to learn shit.
They will absolutely learn the wrong lessons. They will not learn the right lessons.
Double down like motherfuckers right now. I mean, look, if in 2024, I don't think, I honestly don't think Trump's going to win, but I think some of Trumpian type mannerisms and stuff is going to come into play. I mean, right now, you already have journalists and AOC type fucks doubling down so hard on their fucking on the policies and on the rhetoric that turn people away from them. Yeah. So we'll see how it goes. I think the midterms are if Biden wins, the midterms are going to be the best fucking measurement onto whether or not which side has learned anything.
Yeah. Christian Moore, thank you, Christian. Final true gladiators in the world of journalism. You're an absolute inspiration to joy the many. I assume he's talking about Jay. Good job, Jay.
No, you're welcome. I am a shit poster on Twitter and a political commentating gamer on streams.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Thank you, Christian. James Guerrero says, I don't think Biden will make it to inauguration, by the way, is 77 days away.
Fuck.
Let's turn. Ben Morrissey chimes in. Republicans would be smart to give Trump a high-ranking job on the RNC to prevent him from running again. Absolutely not. There is no way Trump is taking a job and working for anyone other than himself.
Right. It's zero that he would do that.
It's going to happen within the next 2 years and help him launch his 2024 camp if he's dead or in by that time. Because he'll be like oh, look, we got a 538 donation. Thank you, Robert. Donating $5.38. 538 in honor of the greatest election opinion, Hindenburg. May we never have a 538 opinion again. Billy Finn, thank you, Billy. I have never been hungover. Damon says Siraj has an automated tweet schedule for one. We're 69 days out from the inauguration. You bet your goddamn ass.
You know he already has that out. It's you goddamn fucking right he does. Be the first one to fucking do it.
That might be the last. Well, yeah, it's got to be the last one I do because fuck it. Who am I kidding? I can't stop doing them ever.
Man, Georgia is so fucking close too. So close.
Moore says Biden will beat William Henry Harrison's records. Harrison, I think, last 33 days in office because he gave like a 5-hour inauguration speech in the fucking snow in the middle of a blizzard. Thank you, Kimmy, to start a polling or consulting to grift for hundreds of millions of dollars. By the way, I think I believe that was Kimmy, posted on Twitter about how she's gonna, I think, one of those type of firms or polling firms or consulting firms to grift that much money.
Do it.
And I think she's going to bring us on, Jay, and it was gonna.
I'm down, but we have to call it Asian asses.
What?
We would have to call it Asian asses.
Asian assets. That's good. David Toll, thank you for the very nice donation.
It's very, very nice.
Very nice. I gotta find it because I retweeted it because I thought it was funny. Oh, but now I'm on airplane mode. Let me turn the phone back on.
I'm debating whether or not I should sign into Twitter onto this computer because I've only been on Twitter on this phone and it's been doing fine. I passed 10,000 and they still haven't taken me off. Yep. There was one day I couldn't tweet or do anything. I couldn't do shit for a day, like a whole day. And I think they're like going through my Twitter and reviewing it and making sure what's going on it.
This was the tweet
from
Kimmy. It says co-founding a polling site called 69420.com with Siraj Hashmi and Brand Tiller. Give us $2 like Amy McGrath, please. We'll learn to fail 2024. Very nice. 69420.
Very, very nice. I like it. They had him +6 in fucking Florida. +6.
Look at it. That is fucking insane. New York Times
+10 in Iowa.
I had a journalist friend or journalist acquaintance tell me that I asked them what the Bible poll they thought what the most reliable poll was. They said New York Times Siena. I mean, they're rated as an A+ poll, 538. And look at that, +6 in Florida for Biden. He lost by 4. That's a 10-point swing. +4 in North Carolina. That's a lot clearer. I think it's maybe a 5-point swing if they were to call it right now. Mm-hmm. Probably 6-ish Michigan when the count is in. 10-ish in Wisconsin. 10 in Iowa, he lost. 9 in Iowa, he lost. I'm sorry, 9 in Ohio.
What did they say the margin of error? Like a good margin of error is what, +3? -3?
Yeah, 3 points. 3 points is probably the
to most, be off by 10 points.
Pretty much.
But they were off almost this much last time too. Like they were fucking off. And then now off by 10 points. Either they're going to have to like suck it up and actually go talk to people they don't like talking to out of their fucking bubble and get like,
well, it's going to be different
as real as they can.
If you have someone who's not on the ballot, that changes things because for Trump, you get ostracized from society. You don't get that with other Republicans.
Oh, trust me. Do you think this is going to end with
no,
Trump?
It's not going to end.
It's not going to end anymore.
You didn't have that. Polling was more accurate because if you were a supporter of Romney, you weren't seen as a fucking white supremacist.
You still were, but not as much. Same thing with McCain.
Yeah, I mean, like
but now they're going to take what they were doing with Trump and they're going to continue it.
Yeah, James.
I think that they're going to double down on it.
Donating $6.96 Canadian dollars. Appreciate it. I was gonna say those are Californian dollars for a second. I was like, oh, they don't have a different currency, do they? If Biden gets inaugurated, where are the chances Trump decides to just retire? I can't see Trump retiring. The guy is he's a workhorse.
He keeps on going. I don't know why I don't see him running. I don't see him doing it. I really don't. He's gonna fight. He's gonna fight for this one, and he's gonna continue fighting and talking about how this is a stupid race and blah, 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 just like Hillary was doing the whole time. But instead of the media yes queening and sucking her dick, they're gonna be like, "Oh my God, Trump is a dictator and he's trying to undermine the election and blah 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 blah." Watch the difference. Watch the difference. It's gonna be fucking insane.
Well, these are 69 minutes. I think we'll probably
we made it.
We made it to 69 minutes. Thank you so much for joining us on a post-election while it's a hellscape and we can't actually leave this. But again, thank you for joining us. There are more updates. We might be streaming again tomorrow night, but we might do it on Twitch.
Yes.
Just because I think the stream is a bit better on there. But we'll figure something out anyway. So, Habibis, I'm Hashmi.
I'm Mujahed Kobbe.
And this is an elect earn. And we'll see you guys at another time in place. Peace.
Ma salama.